Was good, man. Was good. We are back here with it, and we got Giants football this Sunday, y'all. We got Giants football this Sunday. Make sure I post it up real quick that we live in the building. Once you're in here, man, make sure you say what's good. Say what's good in the chat. We're here simply to talk about the Giants taking on the Vikings this Sunday. It's been a long time coming this offseason. I feel like it's been forever. I touched on it multiple times. It's been a very long off season when you don't win a playoff game and you don't really have too much going on and it seems dark. But right now, all eyes are set for Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern time against the Vikings, man. Against the Vikings. Real quick, I want to shout out my guy Omega jumping in here, dropping comments before we even go live. First of all, y'all, we're gonna try to be live a lot more this year for sure, 100%. StreamYard, is this the place to be? I know a lot of people use it, but I'm gonna be frank with you guys, man. StreamYard is taxing. But guess what? I'm most definitely down to definitely invest when it comes to you guys and giving you guys a better platform. So when you guys say your piece, we're able to throw your chats up on the screen. So when I say we, I mean me. So definitely want to look into getting this rolling for you guys. But Omega saying need Green Bay to hand Philadelphia an L tonight, and also they need to keep Saquon under 50 yards tonight. Yeah, we do have football taking place now as well. We do have the Packers and the Eagles facing off right now. So if you got any of those guys in your fantasy squad, you're gonna be definitely in tune with that. But once again, man, we're here to talk about all Giants and Vikings this upcoming Sunday, man. Once again, if you haven't seen my preview, make sure you stop in and watch my preview, man. If you haven't seen my preview, that's what we're here to talk about tonight. So once again, man, once you guys do jump on in here, make sure you say what's up in the chat. I'm just posting it up real quick. I'm just going to post it up real quick, but people really think, man, first off, we are going live tomorrow night. Once again, we're going to be live tomorrow night with Vocal Vikings content creator, my guy, Vocal Vike. He's actually live right now. But make sure you stop by tomorrow night. I need everybody in the building tomorrow night. We got to represent Big Blue well. And Vikings fans really feel like they got this in the bag. They really do. Vikings fans really feel like they got this in the bag. And I understand the Giants. Obviously, we know the Giants. When it comes to Daniel Jones, when it comes to certain things, the media, the way they portray it and the way they look at it, a lot of people think that the Giants have the worst roster in the NFL. I think that's crazy. And anyone that thinks otherwise, we can sit here and talk about it. We just got to be honest with ourselves. And I think thinking honestly about this Giants team, it's not the worst roster in the NFL. Heading into Sunday, Sam Darnold over Daniel Jones. Come on, man. Like let's be honest. Let's be real here. Sam Darnold over Daniel Jones is crazy. It's crazy. Now, weapons matter, offensive coordinators matter, and at the end of the day, teams matter, of course. So going against our defense versus this offense going against the Vikings defense, but thinking that Sam Darnold is a better quarterback than Daniel Jones, it's sick work, man. It's sick work. We do have a couple people in the building, man. Make sure you say what's good in the chat once you guys jump in here. Once again, we're simply here to talk about week 1. If there's anything I'm looking forward to, if you missed my preview, I'll give you a little sprinkle of the preview video that I did drop. We talked about the cornerback matchup with Deonte Banks and Justin Jefferson. That's definitely something that's going to be taking place. And when you look past it as well, you also have the offensive line against their defense and also their defense taking place as well. So that's definitely something we're really featured on for this upcoming Sunday at 1 p.m. Vikings fans really feel excited, man. They really are. They really are. Let me just put this up real quick. But is anybody happy for football to be back in general? Thinking about that game yesterday. If anyone didn't see that Chiefs and Ravens game, that was a crazy game. I'm glad for football to be back all together. I'm tired of watching preseason. I'm tired of watching college. Now, college has only been around for a little over a week, but I'm tired of watching college as well. Man, I'm trying to connect to college as much as I can. If y'all got any favorite college teams, make sure you drop them in the chat. We'll go see who we're rolling with this year. But I'm glad the NFL is back. And once again, the Giants are playing an actual game that counts this Sunday. An actual game. Super important that we go out and get this dub. Because after this week, it gets harder. It gets harder. I'm just making sure it's not. All right, cool. We're just gonna post it up real quick. We live. We live in the cut. Now we can go over definitely a couple of different things that we had on this last preview video. I asked you guys to go ahead and drop your score predictions down in the chat. They went ahead and did so. So let's review a couple of those. Let's review while we're at it. Now if I pull it up here. We got a Vikings 17, Giants 13. Honest take right there. 27-21 Giants, 27-12 Giants, 31-14 Giants. The expectations can vary. Omega, appreciate you for checking in from work. Listen, we got Omega checking in from work. There's no excuse. If y'all off, man, jump in the building. Jump in the building. Shout out to you, Omega. Appreciate you. Hope everything's good. Hope everything's good over there, man. 100%. Now, looking at where the Giants are offensively, defensively, as a squad altogether, and when you compare where the Vikings are, I think they're in very similar places. Very similar places. When you look at the Vikings right now, they felt inclined to go up there and take a quarterback. JJ McCarthy was their quarterback in the first round. Giants were kind of in that familiar boat. Vikings were in that familiar boat. Vikings took JJ McCarthy. He's out for the season. So now Sam Darnold is starting. When you look at the weapons that they have, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, a guy that I wanted on this Giants team a couple years back. When you look at where the Giants are and the Vikings are, they have weapons. They have very, top end players at certain positions, the same way the Giants do at certain positions. What is the one thing that everyone continues to address and says it needs to be addressed? The quarterback position. Losing out on a guy like Kirk Cousins and bringing in a guy like Sam Darnold, that is not an upgrade. That is not an upgrade. And people can argue bringing back Daniel Jones on another year is not an upgrade. As we know, Daniel Jones has his moments, has his flaws. But when you look at both rosters, they both have, some. We hope Malik Neighbors is a star wide receiver. We got talented wide receivers. When you think about where this team is headed, where you think about this Vikings team is headed, it's all going to be contingent on how the quarterback plays. So it's all going to be contingent on, y'all. Omega, appreciate the chat once again. He says, I just want us to look good or exciting this season. We have been the league's most conservative and boring team, in my opinion. Listen, I do not think that's anything far from the truth. I don't believe so. When you think about what the Giants have been, not explosive team, not a high scoring offense. And at the end of the day, this in the league right now, we have top defenses at certain teams. But when you think about the offense runs the league. Patrick Mahomes, why is he the face of the league? High scoring, high flying offense, best quarterback in the league. The Lamar Jacksons of the world, the Josh Allens of the world. People really look at offenses, and this offense has not been good this past couple of years. 2 years ago, we thought it looked pretty good, and we thought they were going to take steps. They haven't. And here we are again, running it back. We got Neighbors added to the squad. You pick up Jalen Hyatt a year ago. Hopefully he's going to be able to be open and break games open. The Giants have to be looking to be a lot more competitive, and that's on the offense side of the ball, y'all. That's what it is. The defense has been good for the most part. For the most part, it has been pretty good. But we know the main flaw has been the quarterback position / the offense altogether. That's what it's really been. So hopefully week one, once again, this defense that we're facing is not the strongest defense in the world. Now, Brian Flores is known for having good defenses. Brian Flores is known for, confusing young QBs, Brian Flores is kind of similar to Wink Martindale in a sense, right? He's going to send the blitz after you. He's going to make you try to make a decision quickly, and hopefully you throw it into, a mistake. That's what Brian Flores wants you to do. He wants you to make a mistake. So knowing that the Vikings defense is going to be there, and the Vikings defense is going to try to have to confuse Daniel Jones, get after Daniel Jones. It's not really with the personnel. It's mainly with the scheme itself. There's not an edge rusher on that team that I'm really worried about, especially with our tackles. There's not a DB out there that I'm really thinking he's a lockdown corner. They got good guys like Byron Murphy. They picked up Stephon Gilmore, but he's not the same guy. So when you think about who's on that defense, there's no one that's really concerning. Elijah, appreciate you for the chat, man. He said, you see Ivan Pace's comments. Now, listen, I had this locked and loaded, ready to go over with you guys. So why not perfectly just segue into this moment, right? Let's completely just segue into this moment. If you haven't heard this, let's just play it now. So now, did everyone hear that? Was everyone able to hear that? Let me know in the chat if y'all were able to hear that, man. Oh, it's muted. Let's run it back. It shouldn't be muted though. It might have been really low, and that's my apologies. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. Now, is it still muted? Is it still muted? Man, I'm not understanding why it's not playing it. But to sum up what Ivan Pace said, who is Ivan Pace? He's a starting linebacker on this Vikings team. Young guy, good linebacker, not a bad linebacker at all. Not going to talk about his play, not going to talk about anything. Pretty much the reporter was asking Ivan Pace, hey, what do you think about your matchup coming up this Sunday? And Ivan Pace straight up just says, there is no matchup. Like, it's not a matchup. We're going to take care of these guys. He specifically says word for word, and I had to play it real quick just to make sure. Specifically says word for word, we're about to go crazy on these guys. It ain't no matchup. Man, if there's anything I could look at, young man, Ivan Pace, young man in this league, at the end of the day, I think personally that's not what you should go out and say. But he's not a Giants player. I don't care about Ivan Pace. But I'm gonna let it be known for this Giant squad, you have to be fighting for your pride at least. Fight for your pride. Ivan Pace is calling y'all out saying that it's not a matchup. They're going to go crazy on us. They don't respect our quarterback. They don't respect our offense. They don't respect our team in general. They're saying they're going to go crazy. This is also a team that missed the playoffs last year, so I don't know where this confidence is coming from. But once again, we're not Vikings fans. It don't matter. Ivan Pace coming out and saying this in front of the media, letting everybody know, best believe other people see it as well. Best believe other people see it as well. I'm gonna go ahead and show what one of our players right now thought about it. If I pull it up real quick, Ivan Pace's comments were crazy. They were definitely crazy. Man, Illuminor was pretty much commenting, just saying, letting everyone know, like, LOL. That's how he feels about the whole thing in general. And best believe this offense has to be looking at it. Let me catch up real quick. Omega says breakout players this year. I would like to see Bellinger, McFadden, Ascend, looking for three all pros on the defense, Dexter, Kayvon, and Burns. I think there's no excuse for why Dexter, Kayvon, and Burns shouldn't be close to all pros. Now, Kayvon and Burns will be competing with themselves on an all pro pick right there. But I definitely want to see them have good seasons, borderline great seasons. Dexter, we already expect greatness out of him. Burns, being, we just picked him up on this team. We expect that out of him as well. And we need my guy Kayvon to go ahead and turn up as my light goes off. That's crazy. Also looking for a potential rookie of the year with Malik Neighbors. I think Malik Neighbors is going to be special, y'all. Chadwick to have a great season. I think you need Chapman. Theme Chapman. I definitely think Chapman's gonna be good. Hey, we got 6 people in the building, man. Say what's good in the chat if you haven't already. We're reading all chats. And right now we're talking about, what Ivan Pace felt like he was inclined to speak on when it comes to our team. Here we go. I had it right here set up, man. What am I doing right now? Jermaine Luminor goes ahead and says it right there. Simply LOL, and we all know what it's about. We all know what it's about. I went ahead and commented, said, can Sunday be here any sooner? And as you know, I said, wow, if this doesn't wake up the Giants fans, I don't know what will. I really don't know what will. If Ivan Pace, a young man in this league, is calling us out the way he is, what else will it take? If this doesn't do it to wake up this team, what else will it take? Man, I need Sunday to get here sooner. I need Sunday to get here sooner, man. Elijah, appreciate you, man. He says, on top of that, they were the 15th ranked D last year. Average defense. And guess what? They lost a couple guys too. Yes, they added Stephon Gilmore. Not saying he's not going to be a good player, but Danielle Hunter was a dog for them for years. Leading the league in sacks for years. Now he's on the Texans. They pretty much swapped edge rushers, got Grenard from the Texans. Perfectly capable, defensive edge rusher. Not saying that he's not, but Danielle Hunter has been productive and has been productive for years for this squad. When you look past it as well, man, even looking at other positions, Byron Murphy, he's a solid DB. Linebackers like Ivan Pace, solid linebacker. But to say that they're going to go crazy on us, once again, I look at it more on the Giants' sake. Stand up for your pride. Daniel Jones, you have to be reading into this. You better show up Sunday. You got second year linebackers in this league calling you out and saying that it's not even a matchup. It's not even a matchup. They're about to go crazy. Listen, confidence, it is what it is. Confidence is what it is. But I feel like you should definitely have respect for your opponent. And here it is, man. But looking past Ivan Pace, man, who is someone that you're looking forward to this upcoming Sunday, man? I think if nobody says Neighbors, you'd be crazy to think anybody else but Neighbors. But Malik Neighbors is definitely what I'm looking forward to this Sunday, man. I had it posted over a week ago or last Sunday. I went ahead and said 1 week away from Malik Neighbors' touchdown. And I genuinely do believe that. I genuinely do believe that Malik Neighbors will score a touchdown this upcoming Sunday. I think we look at who Malik Neighbors has been through training camp. We know his days at LSU, but through training camp and these preseason games, you see how much they're going to target him. He's going to get his touches, and I think they're going to have to find a way to get this guy in the end zone. They're going to have to, whether it's in the slot, whether it's jet motions, whether it's anything else. Malik Neighbors is going to be a star. That's what we're hoping, but we also hope that he's going to get his touches, and I think Daniel Jones will be doing that. I think he will. Yeah, Chapman, sorry I was texting in the middle front. You're good, man. Appreciate you for tapping in once again in the middle of work. Elijah saying, looking for a year 2 leap from Hyatt. I think Hyatt has all the potential to do that. Not saying he's going to be wide receiver 1 because we know who wide receiver 1 is. We know how good Darius Slayton is. But when you have people focus on other guys like that, Hyatt has to be targeted by Daniel Jones. That's the biggest thing when it comes to Hyatt. Hyatt has to be targeted because he's going to run past guys. We just need to pull the trigger and throw it deep. That's what we have to do. We have to do that. So definitely think Hyatt has a chance. Omega says, looking for Banks and Hyatt to have a good sophomore year. Banks is the real one that we really have to be sure steps up. We don't need it. Last year, he had some good moments. He also had some rookie moments, and I'm not going to sit here and say he had bad moments. He had rookie moments. Being a cornerback in this league is not easy. It is not easy. But, stepping up this year, he's our cornerback 1. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. If he can't guard anybody, there's no guy we can look past and really think that's going to be able to guard him better than Deontay Banks can. Now, we do know that Adoree Jackson was signed back here. I dropped a video on that if you haven't seen that. I talked about Adoree Jackson being on the team. I don't think he's going to start tomorrow, especially considering that he got signed super late in the ramp-up period to get ready for a game. There's a lot more than just, show up and be physically ready. Mentally, you have to be ready. And once again, condition-wise, you have to be ready. So I don't expect them to start, but I do expect them to get some run-in, especially if you see guys like Cordell Flott struggling. Flott or McLeod, if one of them are struggling, I think you will see Adoree Jackson step in. But ask him play all game would be crazy. Would be crazy. When you look at it once again on this defense, the front four has to get home. They have to. They have to get home. Once again, Sam Darnold is their quarterback. Sam Darnold is their quarterback. I'm not saying that we have the best quarterback in the league, but Sam Darnold has been a backup for the past couple of years, and he's another backup quarterback starting for a team. If we lose to a Sam Darnold, you have to look at yourselves. That's what you have to do. You can't let him beat you. Omega saying Adoree has to be better than last year, especially being a CB2. Adoree had some weird moments last year, man, especially when it comes to effort. So hopefully we don't see that this year. I think he was trying to cash in on the deal, and look what ended up happening. This guy signed a vet minimum with no money guaranteed on this Giants team. So, I mean, I didn't think Adoree Jackson was that bad, but here we are. So, once again, man, the front four, Dex, Chapman, Burns, KT, you have to get home. They have to hit home. I know what Bobby Okereke is going to do, but I do know we have a young DB room as well. They're going to be looking to get the ball out quickly, I think, especially not letting that pass rush get to them. So the DB's got to try to hold on as much as they can. But really, I think it comes down to this front four. Man. Megan saying Adoree sat on the open market for a month. He has to ball to show his skills next year. He's advertising for himself for a new team next season. And I agree. In contract years, you see guys either, play up to it or fail on contract years. So I think that's what you're going to end up seeing. And hopefully it works out for him, man. Hopefully it does. I'm going to go ahead and pull up this Eagles and Green Bay game while we up here, man. They scored already? Hold on. Omega saying touchdown Green Bay already? I might be late. Elijah saying, I heard a lot of DJ bashing this week. Not trying to hear it when Sam Darnold's opposing QB. And that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, bro. Like, there's no way. I understand how bad Daniel Jones is. I understand. But there is no way Sam Darnold is being looked at as a better QB. I know he has Justin Jefferson. And once again, I'll give Kevin O'Connell credit. Kevin O'Connell is a good offensive coordinator. He's made things happen with other people. Was that not a flag? I might be behind. Did touchdown Green Bay score a touchdown for real? I might be behind. But once again, man, there's just no way. We got 6 people in the chat. 6 people in here. Make sure you say what's up in the chat. Let me know your opinion and your thoughts on week 1, especially heading into offset and penalty. That's what it was. See, now I got my certain streaming services that might not be. I'm not even gonna say it, but so we might be behind. That's all I'm saying. I might be a little bit behind than live TV right now. Might be a little bit behind. But once again, we got 6 people in here, man. Make sure you're saying it was good. Like the stream up as well. We need to push this content out there. If you're new or if you haven't heard, tomorrow I will be live streaming with my guy Vocal Vike. Make sure you're pulling up. We need this Giants squad to pull up and represent. Can't have no Vikings people in the building. More Vikings people than Big Blue. Can't have that. Cannot have that. Other interesting headlines going into it. I think what you see out of the running back position, that's going to be the biggest difference. Now, we know we don't have Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley's on the Eagles. We know that. But seeing how Devin Singletary is going to play is something I'm really looking forward to. I think Devin Singletary can be nice. I think he could be really good for us. With all things considered, with a better O-line, I think our O-line is definitely better than last year. It can't get worse than last year. It can't. I had a Vikings fan commenting down in the comments on one of my videos. 4th and 6. Hold on. We got 4th and 6, and they're going for it. First drive of the game. And false start. Yep. Week 1. This is week 1. But I had a Vikings fan in my comments letting me know, without quarterbacks, the Vikings have a top 15 roster. The Giants have a bottom 15 roster in the league. Top 15 roster for the Vikings. I don't know about that one. But what really got me is that he said your offensive line didn't change much and you gave up the most sacks last year. Our offensive line changed a lot. When you look at adding Illuminor, when you look at adding John Runyon Jr., Greg Van Roten, our offense changed a lot. So with all things considered, yeah, we got to see it first, but there's no reason for me to think that our linemen shouldn't be better. We shouldn't get more, better run blocking, better pass blocking. There's no reason to think that we shouldn't. There's no reason to think that we shouldn't. Omega saying our running back by committee needs to be consistent. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Now I did. Can y'all hear that when I play that sound? Someone let me know in the chat if you hear this when you play the sound. Trying to get a soundboard together as well, man. But there's no reason I think that the offensive line shouldn't be better. Elijah with a great point, man. He says, first time this roster has been healthy in 3 years. Y'all, we got nobody listed on the injury report for tomorrow. Sunday. Today's Friday, y'all. I'm beyond excited for Sunday. I just want the game to be here. Nobody is listed on the injury report. We had guys like Micah McFadden. We didn't know if he was going to be ready. Oshesky. Even Brian Burns popped up with an ankle, which is a little concerning, but nobody's questionable. Nobody's doubtful. Nobody's out. Everyone's suited up and healthy to play. Let's hope we leave this game the same way. But going into this game, being extremely healthy, that's something that we haven't had in a long time, and hopefully it stays that way. That's what we need to have a good season. Last year, a lot of things went wrong, and one of those happened to be injuries. We can't have another year like that. We cannot have another year like that. If you guys have been rocking me for a little while, last year, the hype was at its peak, right? We're coming off a playoff win against the Vikings. Coming off a playoff win, we did get stomped out by the Eagles, but we know what happened with the Eagles that year. They won us the Super Bowl. The Giants signed some guys, drafted some guys. It looked like they were going to take that next step. First year of a rebuild, make it to the playoffs. We're expecting a lot more. Then we head into last season. First drive, the way it unfolded, the ball was moving, blocked field goal, the rest is history. It cannot get that bad. Can't do it, won't do it. It cannot get that bad this upcoming season. And I think this week 1 matchup against the Vikings, we talked about it in a couple of videos. This Vikings team is not that talented. It's not blowing us out the water with talent. They have the best wide receiver in the league, but he's also playing with Sam Darnold. They have a solid D-line, solid defensive coordinator, but same thing with us. We have a solid defense as well. We got a solid front four. So when you look at it with all things considered, this Sunday at 1 p.m. against the Vikings should be really telling where this team is going to be headed. And if we do not win this game against the Vikings, we're going to be looking at the rest of the schedule, really thinking about what's going to happen. Because after week 2, it gets rough. It gets really rough. We go against teams like the Browns, the Bengals, the Cowboys, the Eagles. There's a lot of teams that we play that we're not going to be favored in a lot. We're not favored in this game. But I definitely think we have a shot to win this one. Who y'all quarterback to, Locke or DeVito? Listen, I don't want to be the guy to, look at that one drive and really pin it on him. But Locke did not look good in that preseason game. Saquon Barkley's first rush as an Eagle is a slip in the backfield, missing 5 yards. Saquon Barkley in an Eagle uniform, and he loses 5 on his first carry. But let's not hate. Let's not hate here, y'all. Let's not do that. Right? We shouldn't do that. Maybe. But yeah, when you think about where this team is going to be headed, man, we need to win this first game. Elijah said, really evenly matched teams. Difference will be turnovers. That was one of my points. My last point of my preview that I talked about on that video. Jalen Hurts. This is going to be a good game. This Eagles-Packers is going to be a good game. I talked about the quarterback position, Daniel Jones against Sam Darnold. Whoever makes the first mistake is going to be crucial. think both defenses are pretty solid. I think both teams are evenly matched. When you look at wide receivers, when you look at running backs, when you look at everything, when you look at the quarterback position, whoever makes that first mistake, that'll really hold true on how this game is going to go. That'll really hold true. Omega talking about Saquon slipping on the first play. Yeah, we saw that. But let's not be negative, man. Let's not be negative. Oh my gosh, Jalen Hurts throws a pick. Jalen Hurts throws a pick. Oh, he almost returned it for almost a touchdown. Man, are we doing a watch party for this Eagles Packers? Oh, Xavier McKinney got the interception too. Xavier McKinney with the pick. Xavier McKinney is still playing for the Giants right now, picking off Jalen Hurts. I don't know what he kind of saw there either. I don't know what he saw there, but look at Xavier McKinney in his debut with the Packers, man. I wish he was on this team. He just got a bag from the Packers, man. He just got a bag from the Packers. He's a trader to me. I'm in Jersey. I'm in the Philadelphia market, and they hate on me all the time for being a Giants fan. Oh, yeah. Listen, I got a couple Saquon jerseys. You're not going to see them in public. You ain't going to see them in videos. I might slap a Singletary on the back of that jersey. But I 100% agree with you, man. 100% agree with you. Once a Giant, always a Giant. Shout out to Xavier McKinney. Still making plays for the Giants as Julian Love gets sacked. But yeah, man. What do you guys think the score prediction for this Sunday will be? Bias aside, honest truth. What do you think the score prediction will be for this Sunday? Y'all go ahead and let me know. Because I think personally, I'll let y'all know my score prediction, and I'll go ahead and post it up in the chat. 24-17 Giants. 24-17 Giants. I think this Giants offense, with Brian Daboll calling plays, he let everyone know that he's calling plays. We all thought that this should be happening, and it is happening. Brian Daboll's going to be calling plays. The Brian Flores defense, right? Extremely, extremely physical. But not only are they physical, they also like to get after it. They like to blitz the quarterback. But that means you could also leave gashes to be taken advantage of. If we know anything with this Wink Martindale defense, on the perimeter, if these guys are not locked in, you can see long touchdowns happen. You can see long plays happen. So knowing that Brian Flores is going to be, extremely, extremely aggressive, you got to think that Brian Daboll has some type of plan. You got to go screen passes. You got to get running backs out the backfield, giving your guys a chance to really make plays in the open field. When you see a lot of man coverage taking place, all it takes is to kind of burn out that one man coverage. As it's third and goal. Oh, there's a flag now. You just need one guy to get open in space, whether that be Neighbors, whether that be Slayton, whether that be Hyatt. You just got to beat the man that's guarding you. That sounds like easy football, right? Because that's all it is. They're very aggressive, and they like to play man coverage. So let's take advantage of that. Let's exploit that, and hopefully the offense gets things sputtering. 17 for the Vikings, because I think they will get a couple touchdowns on us, but I think this defense will bend and not break. That's ultimately what I think. I'll give up all the yards Justin Jefferson wants. Give Justin Jefferson all the yards he wants. Keep him out the end zone. Banks, I don't want to see a lot of penalties out of you, right? I don't. Keep him out of the end zone, though. That's the only thing. Elijah, 24-21 Giants. Omega, 27-13 Giants. I think Wanda has a big game because of cover 0, and I 100% agree. There's going to be – I thought Wicks got hurt right there. There's going to be open players, because if you can separate and you can break off from your man, there's going to be guys open. Daniel Jones, you got to hit him. You got to hit these guys when they're open. Do not be afraid to pull the trigger. And that's saying a lot. Have we seen Daniel Jones do that in a while? So be it. But that's what he has to do if we want to win this game this Sunday, and I hope he does. I hope he does. There's no excuses when it comes to it this year. And when I think any of our wide receivers in man-on-man, I'm going to be rolling with our guys 100%. Malik Neighbors in one-on-one coverage as Green Bay's drive stalls out. Neighbors in man-to-man coverage, Wandale man-to-man coverage, Darius Slayton man-to-man coverage. They can run away from their guys. They can. So I'm rolling with our guys. You just got to be able to hit them. Omega says DJ needs to be able to spread the ball around to our wide receiver and tight ends like Eli used to. Going through progressions and really hitting multiple people. That's what he needs to do. And it's crazy because it almost sounds like what any quarterback should be doing. But it's just because what we've seen from DJ. Last year, he tore his ACL early in the season. We didn't get to really see him progress, and we've seen him behind a really bad offensive line. With the offensive line being better, hopefully we see a little bit better production. Everything that happened in Houston this preseason, let it be. Let it be. But I do think Daniel Jones has the ability to take advantage of the defense. The defense is not star-studded. It's not the Dallas defense. It's not the Eagles defense. They're not super star-studded on that side of the ball. So once again, I think it's pretty equal when it comes to that. I like Slayton against a number 4 corner. Yeah, if they did that, that's barbecue chicken. I don't think they will. I think they'll still respect Slayton, probably put the number 2 corner on them. But on a four receiver set, if we got Hyatt, Wandale, Slayton, and Neighbors on the field, someone's got to be a mismatch. And we need that to get exploited. We're going to need that to get exploited. I do expect them to run the ball a bit, but I do think they're going to lean on Daniel Jones getting the ball into their playmakers' hands. Neighbors, Wandale, and Slayton getting the ball in their hands. And once again, taking shots is going to be the biggest thing. Hyatt's going to be able to burn his guys. There's going to be deep plays that they're going to try to – they've been seeing it all training camp, all preseason. They've been going over deep shots, deep plays. They're going to need to hit those to win this game. They're going to have to. They're going to have to. So we touched on the offense. We touched on the score predictions. If there's anything you think after this week, right? If the Giants go ahead and lose this game, we're not even going to touch on that. We're not even going to touch on that. All I know is this is the most important week 1 that we've seen in a very long time, man. Most important week 1 that we've seen in a very long time. The last week 1 we won against the Titans. The Titans were favored. I thought the game was kind of even, but the Titans were a really good team the previous year. They weren't a good team that year. But the Giants set the tone winning in their field. They went on to win the playoffs, win a playoff game, make it to the playoffs, win a playoff game. Week 1, if you win this game, it makes everything feel so much better. Everything feels so much better. So they got to be able to do those things. Get it done this week, and we move on to next week as is with Bellinger and Theo blocking. Theo Johnson. Theo's going to be a guy that needs to be a focal point in this offense too. So we really need to see that stuff out of him, man. We really do. Once again, man, we're live tomorrow with Vocal Vike. Appreciate y'all for joining up here on this video. We got a little quick live stream. Make sure you stay tuned on this Philly and Green Bay game. We want to see Green Bay take advantage of Philly. But we will be live tomorrow with Vocal Vike. We got purple people in the building. We got Big Blue in the building. Make sure you pull up tomorrow night around 8 p.m. I haven't set the time with him. I'll make sure I set that time soon. But make sure you're live on the live stream tomorrow night with Vocal Vike. 2 games away. I also will be live. I'll go ahead and schedule it up now. I will be live Sunday night, later in the night, talking about this Giants W that we should be having this Sunday. So stay tuned for that. More live streams coming. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Make sure you like it up. And let's go Big Blue. Let's get it done.